in which men of various disciplines have been drawn together to discuss in great detail over a prolonged period of time an incident such as this and all medical aspects of the case. Obviously, all of the hoped-for answers are not available because many are not susceptible of determination. But nevertheless, I think for all time, we're indebted to the gentleman who gave enormous talents to the study of this case.
The Governor's Committee, composed of the fact-finding committees and the invited consultants, have made the following recommendations. A, direct results of the tragedy. 1, aid to injured survivors. Aid toward recovery and rehabilitation of victims of a catastrophe caused by the elements usually is readily available through established agencies. It is believed that all available such resources should likewise be channeled to assist those whose careers have been interrupted or permanently altered as a result of this tragedy, to include rehabilitation, temporary financial aid, and student loans, depending upon the exigencies of the individual situation. Utilization of the tower building must have special consideration for the prevention of further tragedies. Decision has already been made by the university to install warning signals and communications media in the top of the tower for use in time of emergency. We would recommend specific study for safety measures for the continued use of the observation deck. There is much discussion currently concerning the presentation of acts of brutality and violence in entertainment programs, freely accessible to young as well as old. Recommendation. It is recommended that the communications media review their own role and attitude in obtaining and disseminating information concerning acts of violence and conduct research with appropriate educational agencies to determine means to best serve the public welfare in regard to these matters. It is recommended that appropriate consideration be given to programs for relearning among combat-trained military personnel prior to their return to civilian life, and that if such programs are found to be effective, they be required by all military forces as a prerequisite for separation from the service. 4, special studies on abnormal behavior. This case is a dramatic indication of the urgent need for further understanding of brain function related to behavior, and particularly to violent and aggressive behavior. With sufficient knowledge in this area, logical approaches to correction of abnormal behavior can be pursued.